Hello and welcome to yet another episode of The Millionaire Mind. My name is Turife, and joining us today is our very awesome guest who has just done things in leaps and bounds and beyond. Her name is Esther Macharia, and I would be doing a great injustice if I was to even try and, compile and just explain to you who she is. So very quickly, hi Esther, thank you for coming.
Hi, how are you?
And please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Thank you so much for having me. It's my first time here, and you have a great panel. I mean, you guys are fantastic, even so warm and welcoming. My name is Esther Macharia. I think in a nutshell, I'm a mother of two, an entrepreneur, a renowned trainer, an award-winning baker, and a love of life. I love people. Yeah. I think in a nutshell, that's who I am.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Yes. So basically, I am a baker. I'm also into daily value addition to dairy. So most people know me for the training that I've done countrywide. Yeah.
So what exactly do you mean by value addition to dairy?
Value addition to dairy is basically taking milk and adding value to milk. Milk is already a great product.
Yeah.
So what we do to it is now getting more products out of the milk. Mostly we use cattle milk, cow milk, because that's the most common one and easily accessible. So let's say, for instance, we take milk, we make it into yogurts, we do ice cream, mala, I mean maziwa lala. We also do cheese, but mostly what we're known for is the yogurt, the maziwa lala, the ice cream.
Exactly.
And most importantly, it's that all our products are organic, preservative free, and free of artificial additives. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's, in this day and age where there are rumors about GMO and rumors about things that are artificially altering your food and everything, it's very important to have an organic brand.
Yes.
So did you see that as, oh, you know what, there's a niche in the market. People need more organic stuff, or is this just something you did and it just came to be?
First of all, I'm very passionate about healthy living. For those who know me, they know how passionate I am about anything healthy. It's not even just the dairy. Every product that comes out of our outlets, it has to be really healthy, starting with the environment.
Yeah.
So it started with me being passionate about healthy living. Then also the fact that I run a bakery, sometimes people will come, you don't have a drink.
Yeah.
Ukona keki, but you don't have anything to kuteremsha,
Yeah.
So we thought, okay, let's start by selling milk. And then after that, I was like, but how about having something like yogurt that's, more filling?
Yeah.
Because I think that time we had a construction site in our neighborhood. And we thought, okay, I think yogurt would be more filling. So that's how I started. And definitely, when it comes to any product that is coming from my hands, it has to be organic.
Exactly.
So also around that time, I was a new mom. So you go to the supermarket, you're like, I'm not sure which product is which. So I thought, how about, because I'm unsure, I do my own yogurt, and then after that I introduced it to the bakery, and that's how it came about. And then with time I started the training. We use real fruit in all our yogurts. Anybody who's ever come across the product from eBakers Creations, they know we use real fruit. Any product we do, we don't use artificial additives. Yeah. Even anything we use for, let's say, thickening, for fermenting, it has to be our yogurt is probiotic, meaning it's good for your immune system, for the gut system, and it's natural.
And that is very awesome. It actually tastes really good. So it's proof of concept, what she's talking about and what is being produced is actually the real deal. So tell us, what came into being the process of making the yogurt, and what are some of the challenges you faced in the yogurt making business?
Let me start with when I realized how much people, eBakers Creations was becoming a household name, and people really believe in our products and they love our products.
Yeah.
And then some people ask you, what else do you have?
Yeah.
Nini ingine, what else are you offering?
Yeah.
Then that time I was a bit skeptical about introducing the yogurts, because I'm thinking, I'm competing with big brands. But then I realized there's very wide market for everybody.
Yeah.
And you see, the same way people come to eBakers to buy cakes, that's the same way they're going to accept the new product. So yeah, I started now making the yogurt, and I would send out with as a sample. Every product that went out, I would send with the yogurt.
Yeah.
Then people loved it. And interestingly, now so many people know me for the yogurt, sometimes even more than the cake themselves.
They forget the baking.
Yes, they forget the cakes.
And that's what we've done, actually. We've just talked about the dairy product. So tell us now about the baking.
It's because I'm very passionate about what I do. So I said I'm the founder of eBakers Creations, which we founded in 2016. Again, born out of passion. That one I wanted to learn how to bake at home and to bake without any preservatives. So I started baking. I actually went to school to learn just how to make bread. Yeah. Then when I was there, I was like, I can see some people decorating. What are those? I'd never seen a cake being decorated before. Yeah. So I asked the principal, then, can I join into that class? What does it cost? So I found the fees were a bit high. So I asked, I negotiated, like a normal Kenyan, can I pay in installments? So I was allowed to pay, like, I think in 3 or 4 installments, because I did the whole course. And after that, I started furthering. But then I didn't plan to do it as a business. So somebody saw me carrying a cake home from school, from college. And they asked me, so you bake? I said, yes. Guess what? They placed an order. Yeah. I remember I decorated that cake the whole night. The whole night, because I had not perfected. Exactly. And then she went, recommended to her friends, and that's how it became a business. After some time, I outgrew my house. I think one time I did a wedding cake that had 54 cakes for one wedding. And I was alone. I'm baking from home.
With one oven?
Hand mixer. You know? Wow. So I baked for 4 nights and 4 days. And that's when, and then after that, orders started coming. And then I realized it's time to now go out. Yeah. So I opened the first outlet on Kiambu Road. And then the next time I opened another one in Syokimau. Before you know it, now we've introduced other products, breakfast items. Yeah. Now the yogurt, the ice cream, just diversifying. And eventually I became a trainer by force, by fire.
That is awesome. And you know, your story just reminds me of how I also started baking, because I used to just bake at home, especially in the pandemic. You know, we are all locked in, we're not going anywhere. So I would bake something small and then share it with my neighbor. And then she told me, unaweza nibekia your birthday for my son. And that just became, it took a life on its own.
That's how it starts,
and it's just funny how, you know, things just starts very small and then they just blow up without you knowing. So now tell us about the dairy making business. What are the requirements? What do you need to start? And then you'll tell us about, you know, your school now, your training business.
I think one of the reasons why our training is very popular is because we are very juakali. Like, I don't see the point of me starting with the high-end equipment. Yeah. What if after making 2 batches, I decided I don't want to get into it anymore? So basically, you just need a sufuria at home. Yeah. There are 2 methods. There's one that you need 1 sufuria, and then there's a way you can do using double boiling, especially because when you boil milk for too long, you're denaturing the nutrients. So that's why the double boiling method is recommended. So you just need 2 sufurias and the milk as the base product. And then now there's a procedure. They are very basic products. Of course, some of them you cannot just get them from the shop in the neighborhood. And that's why even part of my training, I show you where to source for all those raw materials. Exactly. But they're not many. It's not even expensive. Believe me, I think because we do costing in class, the costing, you find that even most of those ingredients, it's very little. What you're paying for mostly is the skill. It's the skill that you're really paying for when you're buying such a product. Yeah. But it's not expensive. It's quite affordable. Things that you find around the home. I think the only maybe 2 small equipment that you need that you wouldn't really find around the home, which is, I think, a thermometer. And there is something we call lactometer. Actually, not even a wing scale. Those are the only 2 things the rest of the items are things you find at home, because you have a sufuria, you have a mwiko, you have the source of heat. They are very basic things.
Yeah, and even if you were not to pursue that, these things would also have additional use around the house.
Exactly.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, so it's very easy to even start. That's why I don't train you just for business. True. Sometimes it's just for you to cut down on your costs at home, for you to be sure of what you're drinking, and to make it easy for especially moms. Yeah,
that is really awesome. And now, being that our show is about focusing on women in business and highlighting their journey and their pros and the cons of being a woman in business, how has it been for you being a woman in this specific business?
I wouldn't say it has been difficult because, you know, there's a way women are associated with the kitchen.
Exactly. Unfortunately or fortunately.
Fortunately, unfortunately, it has worked to my advantage.
Yeah.
So let me say it hasn't really been difficult, but I'm also very, and you'll find that even my students, by the way, over 90% are women.
Yeah.
But for those who know me, they know I'm very passionate about women empowerment, especially economic empowerment, because I believe just as men are empowered, women should also be able to contribute to their household.
True.
It's a bringing up of the house, you know, so taking care of the bills and everything. So if you can take this as a business, then so be it. So I wouldn't say really it has been a challenge, and I'm also part of a group called Women in Business, and I would say gladly and by the grace of God, an award winner through the same.
Awesome.
And I was awarded for having empowered over 800 people around the country through the same skills.
Yeah.
Nothing, I mean, not so much,
Yeah.
but having created employment. So, and most of the people I've empowered are actually women. So that tells you that it's getting easier for women to get into business, and it's really being accepted, because we find even women doing very masculine jobs.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's getting easier, and when you see men coming for my training, that means it has been accepted.
It's working.
Yes, it's working.
Yeah, and congratulations to you, to, you know, to just giving women this platform to have their own money, because there's just something beautiful about those few coins in your purse where you're not asking
They're very
someone.
sweet, actually.
Exactly. You're not asking for something. You can go out and do things on your own. So, you know, still speaking about your training program, what attracts more trainees? Is it the baking business, or is it people who want to make, you know, the dairy products?
I would say the reason why we've trained over 800 in yogurt and less in baking, because the yogurt training, the value addition to dairy training, we learn so much in only one day.
Yeah.
And you see, I travel around the country, Kisumu, Kakamega, Kisii, Kitale. So it takes only one day. So it's easy for someone to travel and come attend the training. You arrive in the morning, train, and the evening uchukue basi ya jioni and go back home.
Awesome.
Whereas the baking,
it
takes a while. I would say even as much as I've tried to congest it, minimum it's like a week for you to do from beginners to masters program.
Yeah.
And still when you go back home, it requires some practice. So this one, as long as you've mastered the recipe, and there's a lot of, I would say also what makes my training very different, I'm not just a trainer, I am a mentor as well. So we have 6 WhatsApp groups for all my students. So you find that we interact, so it doesn't stop in class. So it's a continuous journey, such that sometimes my students wake me up at 2 a.m.
Wow.
And they tell me I'm having this challenge.
Yeah.
So I think what attracts most people, and it's my students who bring students, by the way.
Yeah. It's referral, word of
Yes.
mouth.
Sometimes I wonder, why don't they train them?
Yeah.
Like, when do they bring them to class? But I think it's the mentorship program
Yeah.
that has made it very attractive training, because apart from you coming for the training, then I'm going to give you a lifetime mentorship. And I don't just train you about making yogurt.
Yeah.
I train you how to become a great entrepreneur, running a sustainable business, how, like, finances, how to manage your finances, costing, and mostly not just this, even other areas. So we become friends after our training. So you find that you have a more relationship with these people.
That is so awesome. And I think, did I get this right, that in the yogurt, you know, in the milk, value addition to milk, it takes just one day for the training?
For the training, but when you go home and you find any challenges, that's why I have 6 WhatsApp groups, because you share your challenges with us. But the baking also, you'll find that the capital, for you to start the baking business, you require a little more in terms of monetary. I mean, when it comes to finances, you require a little more compared to the yogurt business. Because you find that after class, people simply get because I also stock some of those ingredients. So you find that somebody just walks home with the ingredients, whereas for baking, it's quite some, you know, pieces, accessories. You need a lot more compared to the yogurt business. So I think that's also one of the reasons why you find that the yogurt business has more people. And of course, it's slightly cheaper than the baking business, because this one is a more intense skill than the yogurt business.
Okay, so when did you start your business, you know, both baking and milk production, and how was that affected by the pandemic?
Oh, wow, good question.
Uh-huh.
The baking I started in 2016. Then shortly after I started making yogurt, of course,
Yeah.
I started selling in the estates to my neighbor.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
how it all starts.
It starts with making lots of mistakes.
Yeah.
Of course, before I would sell the yogurt, and then you find that after 2 days, the customer tells me, I want to return it. It's separating. It's over fermented.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it continued like that. Now, COVID came in 2020. I think that's when my second child came also. So there was a challenge of I'm expectant, and at the same time I'm running a business and things are really going south. But I think I can put it simpler in terms of that's when actually our training picked up.
Yeah.
Because people are looking for ways of saving
Yes.
every coin. People are looking for activities to do at home.
Learning a new skill.
Learning a new skill.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when most people became entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
You know? And then the baking was affected a little bit because of events. People are not having weddings, and when they're having weddings, I think 50 people are allowed.
Yeah.
The whole family. You can imagine from 500 to 50.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so we were really affected. So we quickly had to come up with a quick fix of breakfast items because people are eating more. Let's all agree.
True.
So people are
It
eating
was the
more.
banana bread pandemic also.
Yes, thank you. I'm sure maybe that's when you became a baker.
Exactly, I did.
Yes.
Started with banana bread.
Yeah, so we started introducing more breakfast items and fast food. So we introduced more snacks. People are snacking more. Most people added weight around that time.
True.
So yeah, I think we managed. By God's grace, we did not close.
Yeah.
None of my employees had to go home.
Yeah.
In fact, it's during the pandemic that I opened the second outlet.
Wow, and that is such a blessing. You know, not everyone has the same testimony.
It's by
as
God's
you.
grace because our customers kept coming. They
Yeah.
kept asking, what do you have now that we don't have events? So we sold more ice cream, more yogurt. We sold more of the banana cakes, more of the breakfast items, more of the snacks. So I think I'm so grateful to our clients because they kept us, you know, running.
Yeah,
they kept our
you
doors
afloat.
open. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And you have mentioned about initially when you started your business, the challenges and the feedback from customers. What else did you experience then?
During the pandemic.
No, like initially when you started your business.
Oh, wow.
And someone would say the milk has separated, the water's what? What are some of the challenges you faced
Let
at
me
that
give you
time?
an example with what I experienced in my baking business.
Yeah.
In 2016, I still remember, I'm not sure if this client will watch, but I had I was going to deliver a wedding cake. And somewhere along the way, I almost got hit by a matatu. So I shoved a bit, and the next thing I saw was the wedding cake coming down. And I'm on the way to the venue. By the time I'm getting there, and it's almost reception time, and I have to quickly fix the cake. I remember I cried. I really cried.
Yeah.
You can imagine somebody's wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, the groom and the bride were very understanding. So they came and tried to tell me, you know what, Esther, these things happen.
Yeah.
Just wear your dancing shoes, let's party. So yeah, it can be challenging, but now I know what I did wrong that time.
Yeah.
I think the support I'd given the cake was not enough. And again, accidents still happen till to date, but I still now know better. And I'm able to share those tips now with the students of what not to do because I never got those tips of what not to do.
You learned on the go.
Yes, I learned, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, I tell you.
And speaking of lessons, what are some of the lessons you've learned now that you would never repeat? You know, like in 2016, the Esther then, what are some of the things you would never do that you did then?
One, you cannot be a jack of all trades and come to baking at least.
Yeah.
You can't be, like now, I can't be making boxes. I'm making cake board.
Yeah.
I'm baking. I'm making the flowers.
It's
I'm doing the
overwhelming.
toppers.
Yeah.
So I decided, I started outsourcing. There are things you have to outsource, especially when it's a last minute thing.
Yeah.
I can't be the one making the toppers and I'm making boxes and I'm baking also.
Yeah.
So we started outsourcing. Secondly, don't over purchase. I remember I used to buy things, some of them I've never used them.
Wow.
Yes, because I would find a baking item, accessory, I buy. So I would say to the baker who is just starting, just buy. I have
What
a
is
list that I
necessary.
give to my students. This is what is essential. Just buy the essentials. Don't invest too much. Don't take a loan to start a baking business, because you need to first, the business needs to pick up. Because you won't get, I won't lie to you, you can even go for 2 weeks or a month without a
an
client.
order. Yeah.
Now you've already taken a loan, and the bank or the circle is asking you for their money. You have not sold anything. So you find somebody giving up and they're like, "Hii biashara ina pesa." So just go slow and then be very consistent and maintain the quality.
Yes.
If anything, just go higher.
Yeah.
So I think that's something I can say has really kept us in the business. We have maintained our quality, but the mistakes are there. And the mistakes I would not make mostly is making sure that I'm trying to save my coin by making everything and buying too much.
Okay. And given that you are a baker, could you give an insight on the egg crisis that is going on right now?
Oh, okay. Sometimes or every time any of our products or a raw material, the price goes up or it's scarce, of course we get affected because it affects
you adjust the price,
the costing. And the problem is telling a client that I've adjusted because the egg was selling for 12 shilling, now it's selling for 20. It's a bit tricky. Most of the times you lose the clients. So for those who understand, yes, you can adjust by like 100 or so. But most of the times you have to absorb the cost. I won't lie to you. Most of the times you have to absorb the cost. And that's why we keep pleading with our clients, please, when I charge you for delivery, it's because I'm already absorbing so many costs. So please understand, if you see the prices going up, it's because you don't want to compromise on the end product. We want to maintain the quality. So that's why we're increasing the prices a bit, so that we give you an amazing product.
And given how your business is clearly a success, it's just wonderful from us, looking in.
It's the grace of God.
Tell us about, how getting clients and getting customers, because you've mentioned it was word of mouth and referrals. What other marketing tactics have you used to get new clients?
90% of our clients are from social media. So Instagram, Facebook, mostly status. I'm the one who actually does most of the marketing. So most of the posts you see, I'm the one who has posted. I come up with the captions and everything. And I'm grateful because even the clients who trust us, because we don't bake without a deposit. We won't send you yogurt 20 liters without a deposit. So our clients have learned to trust us. Basically, of course, you have to go to our page. You won't tell us. You go there and check. Are there bad referrals? She ran away with our money. So social media has really worked for us. And I would encourage, especially young people, proper use of the social media platforms, because it can really take you places. Because how did I get to come to Ebru TV? Social media, right? So make you good use of the keyword here is proper use of social media. It's good to see all the whatever gossip stories happening online, but also make sure that you use the same platform to earn an extra income.
That's awesome. And speaking of social media, have you felt the need or the pressure to become a TikTok dancer? Because let's be honest, especially as a business person and you want your business to be seen, sometimes you're praying it goes viral. Have you felt the pressure to, do a viral dance? And if not, what's stopping you? 2
years ago. It didn't go viral. Because I don't even think I was able to post it everywhere for people to follow. But I think we are considering, do you even have a choice but to go with how technology is going?
You really do not.
You don't have a choice. So you're going to see some, I might be having 2 left feet, but I can assure you'll see me on TikTok very soon, because that's where the world is taking us. Anyway.
We all have to dance for our yogurts and cakes.
Yes, because I mean, you're seeing even huge companies are going that route, because that's where you find your audience sometimes are.
True.
And who knows, I might be the next best TikToker.
We're praying for it. We manifested. You actually, before we came on, you were talking to me about the power of manifestation.
Oh, yes.
And how you are taught to your sister. Tell us that story.
Oh, yeah. I remember I told my sister, because I feel like I've been really posting on the social media, and I'm like, I would want to see my product one day on a mainstream media, on a screen. And I think really God listened to that prayer, because I think my first interview was just before Christmas. And since then, I think this is the 7th a TV interview that I've done. So there's power in manifestation, but also you have to make sure that whatever you're talking, the product you're talking about is good quality.
Yes.
And I also believe in integrity. You never see me posting a product that we've not done. And if I do, I give credit to the person. Maybe it's an inspiration, but I hardly do. We actually post our products. So there's power in manifestation. And I also believe in, I think God has really brought us this far. To be honest, I would be lying if I said it is all our effort.
True.
Because it's God who connects us to those clients, and also being grateful even to our clients who trust us, because these are very sensitive product. And that's why I keep telling my students about making yogurt is not just having the end product. It is also about the process. Make sure that whatever you're giving, our policies, whatever product I sell, if I cannot give it to my child, and I cannot eat it, I cannot give it to my client, I cannot even give it to my the security guard, nobody can take it, I trash it. And that's our policy.
Awesome.
Yes.
And we love to see it. And given how you've been in business since 2016, this is now your chance to soft flex kidogo. Tell us about your achievements and the awards you've actually gotten.
Oh wow, somebody recently told me I need to rearrange my CV.
Yes.
Because I've gotten several awards which I didn't think was worth mentioning about. Because I remember in 2018, I think I participated in about 6 competitions and I won all of them.
Wow.
Yeah, by different companies. They were running, I think, best most artistic cake of the whatever. I think it was by Kenafik Industries or something. And that's how I started my first bakery on Kiambu Road, by the way, because they gave me a stand mixer and some supply of icing sugar. That's how I started my bakery. Then I participated in another one, like 6 different companies, and I won all of them, Unga Limited. And I would say those are some of my achievements. And also the most, I think the one that was very close to me was the one for women in business in November. And in December also, even as much as I might not look like I'm in my 20s. You do look young. What are you talking about? I'm close to 40s, I can assure you.
Wow.
Yes, I'm heading there. My birthday is on Sunday. So I'm getting there. But I think also in December, for the first time, I've always wanted to be in pageantry. I've always admired Tyra Banks. And for the first time...
She was the OG.
Yes. I found myself on the runway. I participated in the Mrs. Universe contest 2022. And there's a project that I was running to stop gender-based violence, which won the award for the year. And I'm also the current Mrs. Universe Machakos County, 2022-2023. And I'm using the same skills to economically empower women, especially who've gone through gender-based violence. So I think those I can say that most of my basic achievements. And also, of course, can I say being a mom is also an achievement?
It is. We should be allowed to actually put that in a CV under, you know, skills, being a mother.
Yes, I'm a mother of 2.
Wow.
And I can tell you it's quite some task, especially having to do that with business. It's been quite some struggle, but I thank God because of family, and I have a great nanny who is also very supportive of whatever. She understands. Like now I told her, I just went home briefly, I told her I'm going for a TV interview. My son was there crying and she's like,
it's okay.
You
do your thing.
I'm here, don't worry, I'm here. So I think I appreciate that bit of it. And the achievements I've had, I would say my biggest fulfillment is seeing being able to create employment. I think that's the greatest thing that I've done so far. Being able to empower people, because my empowerment is not just economic. Being able to encourage people, to inspire somebody to start. Because I don't think it's been this easy as I'm making it sound.
Wow. And what advice would you give to a woman who's now watching us and thinking, I have this skill, I want to start something, and how do I go about it?
Whenever somebody comes to me and tells me, I want to start something for an extra income because what I have is not giving me enough. The first question I ask you, what are you passionate about? Is it knitting? You know, kushona? Is it, could be something like singing, making hair? There is a nanny I had, and I noticed she knows how to make hair. She told me, oh, can I make your, you know, your daughter's hair? I told her, please do. Next client was me. She made my hair.
Yeah.
The next thing, when she was leaving, I told her, let me get you a salon job. So what can you do? If you have a skill, start small. Start with your neighbors.
Yeah.
Don't feel desperate when you tell your neighbors about what you can do.
True.
Tell them, I can do hair.
Yeah.
Can I do your hair? Then after that, you decide how much you want to pay me. That's how I started my business.
Yeah.
I sell yogurt, and then I tell you, just try.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to start with samples. Most of my clients who have 8 to 5 jobs, I tell them, carry a 5-liter jerry can to office.
Yeah.
Don't tell them you've made that yogurt. Carry some cups. Lunchtime, serve them in cups. They'll say, this yogurt is so yummy. Yeah, I've made it. Now place your order.
Exactly.
And I'm telling you, I know of some of the students who now they are actually operating on just whatever income they're getting from value addition to dairy and the small skills, making queen cakes, you know, making biscuits, because I also train on how to make biscuits.
Yeah.
And that's how they're depending on, because I also train on how to make things like jam. There are people who are now supplying their office with jam, because everybody has bread in the morning, right? So they apply jam in the morning, and they know that this jam is organic.
Wow.
It has no chemicals.
Yeah.
So just start the skill you have. Start small. Start with your own house. Who was buying yogurt in your house before? Is it you or your husband?
Yeah.
If it's him, sell to him. Let him buy your yogurt first. Let him be your first client.
This is money for.
Yeah, this is money. So give me that money. And also, it's very important to know how to manage your finances. Ukipata pesa, don't buy the high heel you saw next door.
Usijambie treat yourself.
No, just save first until the business grows. Keep plowing back to your business. But I can tell you, skill pays.
Yeah.
And I tell people, if you love what you do, you don't have to work for a single day in your life.
True.
I love what I do. That's why you'll find me working at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Although I don't encourage people to do usiku sako.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I'd work at 3 a.m. because I love what I do.
You're passionate about it.
I'm very passionate about what I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, that has been Esther Macharia with her very inspiring story. So as we go home, this is your camera right here. Tell us where to find you, your social media, your physical locations and everything.
So you can find us on Facebook. We're on Facebook as E-Bakers. It's in capital letters, E-Bakers. And then on Instagram, you'll find us at E-Bakers Creations. I'll also give our business contact. It's 0734 750 017. Physical location, we are in Syokimau on Katani Road. We are actually on the Tarmac Road. So, sisikia najua watu wanasemanga Syokimau iko na vumbi. You not go anywhere where there's vumbi. It's on the Tarmac Road. On Katani Road, on Kiambu Road, we are on at Tendegwa Ridge Center. It's very close to the bus stop. Hapo karibu tuna stage. It's a business complex called Tendegwa Ridge Center. We are on ground floor. And believe you me, you don't have to come to the bakery to order anything. We are just a text message away, WhatsApp message. Yeah. We deliver. I've never met 80% of our clients.
Yeah. It's all online transactions.
Some of them even wedding. They order from the US.
Wow.
And we deliver. We meet on the wedding day when you're going to cut the cake.
Wow, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, you've heard from her. Her story is nothing short of inspiring. As always, you can remember to tune in to our next episode. My name is Turife. Goodbye.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.